Hey guys, Joe with Carmel Car Audio, and today I've got something very special for you. We've been outsourced from 27 North to work on Andy Elliott's Sprinter. And this is Andy Elliott of the Elliott Army.
Believe in what you sell.
And this thing is awesome. He wanted a party bus, but wanted to get loud and down with it if he wanted to. So stay tuned as we go through all of the stuff that we did to this to make it loud, and also stick to the end to see a demo and get a live reaction from somebody who's never sat in this before. All right guys, so we're gonna start off back here. So first off, you're gonna notice we got a box here. You got two 8-inch Audio Dynamics 2000 series subwoofers in that box. Now they gave us free range. They want a little bit of thump. They didn't want to be too crazy, but they also didn't give us measurements of how big and bad they wanted the box. So with the information that we were given, we decided to make a little bit of a stealth box and hide it away and give them all of this room for storage, but still give them something that's gonna absolutely beat in this van. So if you guys come over here, in the van, they had 4 speakers. They had Kenwood Exelon in here, and it's not bad, but they wanted better. So we replaced these speakers with ES7 60s. So it's a 6.5-inch coaxial on all 4 speakers, okay? And then up front in the doors, we did the same thing, but instead of being ES60s, it's ES60Cs. So we did a component series. 6.5 in the door, tweets up front. But let's go ahead and move up front to show you the complexity of where this gets to be, well, a big challenge. This is where the biggest hurdle came in. This, we used to have a radio and a JVC in here, and that radio was separate from that radio. This radio that was aftermarket controlled all those speakers and a TV, and that was completely separate. So when the driver was up here, the driver had to mess with this, and then if they wanted a different song back here or turn the volume up back there for people to listen to, he'd have to reach all the way back here on a touch screen that has touch screen buttons, not a knob, and mess around back here to try and get volume and music going for these guys, and also change inputs and change outputs to make the TV play output. It was inconvenient. They came to me, they said they want to have a one-off system where it's just the radio and they can control everything from up there. So here's what we did. We wound up taking the Audio Dynamics 2405 channel amplifier, and we built this box. I put some grooves in it so the amp can slide in and out of this box. And then we also use Audio Dynamics DSP AT, so they're automatic tuning, and it's a 4/6, so 4 inputs, 6 outputs. What we wound up doing with that is we were able to get the signal in from up here from the factory radio and run it into the DSP, and then from out of the DSP into the amplifier. And then on top of that, we were able to get fiber optic out of the TV, run it into a conversion box for RCA output, take that, run that all the way down here and into the DSP as well. So this way, if they want TV, all they have to do is turn the radio all the way down, and then they just turn the TV on, and they've got knobs up there, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. So this way, everything is controlled up there. There's no fiddling back here. They can flip this TV up, turn it on, and they have all their music going through the rear and the front off the TV. And when they're done with the TV, they just turn it off, and they can turn the volume back up on the radio, and it's playing through all the same speakers. So let's hop in the front seat. I'm going to show you these knobs that we put in this car. All right, so as talked about before, we did the DSP and we did the 5 channel, the 2405. And what we have here is I had to run knobs up here, up to the front, and there's another one on this side. But from here, I can just turn this up and turn this down off the radio. But let's say those guys, they want to absolutely party, they want to get with it. But this man still has to drive, and he doesn't want to be distracted by all this music being blaring in his ears. He just doesn't want it right now. But those guys, if he turns it down, you're gonna take away the party for those guys. So I gave them the ability to turn down the front volume for right here. That way he can drive and not have this screaming at him, and those guys back there can still have a party. If he wants to join them, all he has to do is turn this up, and now the driver has sound once again. Even if this is all the way up, if this is turned all the way up, this can be turned all the way down. He doesn't have that overbearing sound coming at him. I also put a bass knob right here to where you can turn the bass knob up and down. That way, if you have a certain hard-hitting song that's a little overbearing, you can turn this down and you can still have your vocals screaming at you and getting with it. Now, the other thing, we have fiber optic coming out of that TV. We run into a dilemma. Fiber optic, you can't change volume on fiber optic. Fiber optic is one and done. There you go, there's your volume. So how am I supposed to be able to change the volume back there and actually be reasonable and not blaring full blast at you all the time? Well, we ran a volume knob off of the piece that's in here up to the other side. So when he turns this all the way down and this is no longer playing music and they turn the TV on, they've got a knob right here for master TV volume. And it still works for the front driver. Front driver can turn his volume up or down without impeding and the people in the back. This was a very fun, intricate build. It took a lot of time to draw this up on the board and make sure, like, hey, how are we going to get this? Because we're trying to incorporate the radio, we're trying to incorporate the TV, and we're trying to incorporate all the speakers off of one little system and without changing the radio, because it's a Mercedes. This thing has a lot of information inside this radio, and if you change it, you're going to lose a lot of key features that you honestly really need in this vehicle. Well, let's go ahead and get this flipped down and show you just how massive this is, which, by the way, they started with like a 23-inch TV in here. The guy said, oh, well, we want to try and go up to a 32. I did him one better. Here's a freaking 44-inch TV. All right, and just like that, we have a 44-inch TV in this van. And to keep in mind, your viewpoint from where you are is at the very back of this Sprinter van. And I'm pretty sure this thing looks massive. Even sitting back there, the insane person that wants to sit here and watch TV, I mean, you're at the IMAX. Not really, but you know, you're you're pretty dang close to a TV. So if you guys want something like this in your vehicle, this is not just specific to Andy Elliott. This is for anybody and everybody who wants to come in, check it out, and do it on their own vehicle. Like I say before in my other videos, the only limitation is imagination. And it looks pretty cool. All right, guys, so Caleb has actually been gone for a week on vacation, and he was here when we initially built the ticket, but he has not seen any of the work in the process of getting this thing done. Came back today, and this thing is finished and ready to go. So I want to get your initial reaction and tell me what you think of this van, because you heard it before, and it was okay, but there was no sub. Yep. There was no sub whatsoever. So I want to have you sit down, you pick a seat, don't really care where you sit. I will hand you the mic right there. Cool, I want to stand right here. And you give me your idea. What do you think? Sounds pretty equidistant all the way across the board, right? Oh, yeah. Cool.
Man, that was clean, clear, and loud.
And that there is the Sprinter van that was brought to us by Andy Elliott of Elliott Army. And man, it was such a fun experience. I loved every minute of it. It gave me experience, it gave me a challenge, and it produced something that was just awesome. You guys stay up to date with us all on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you know the drill. But until then, have a blessed day.